What is good, friends, and welcome back. So I have Jonathan with me, FUBAR. We're going to talk about the update 1.0. It's not supposed to be a big update, but there are some significant change in the game. We're going to talk about that. I know some of you are like the update, some of you maybe don't like the new features. So we're going to talk about everything here and make sure that you will understand all the modification, all the new stuff that was added, so you can fully benefit of those new features. So without any further ado, Jonathan, if you want to talk about, we'll jump into the parts mechanic at the end. So if you want to talk about, if you want to start the show with your topic, and we'll
Yeah, not a problem.
right.
Well, first, hey everybody, FUBAR here, and I'm gonna start it off with 8.1 for me, and I think a lot of older players is a big refresher, especially after 8.0 with being such a dumpster dive. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there was a lot of significant changes as far as the migration system. They upgraded the RSS nodes. So like now, when you're farming a level 7 node, you're getting 2.14 million resources, I believe, each, and then like level 8 is 2.4. It's been a very big, significant change, along with the penetration changes for the helicopter, the light tank, the MBT, the SH. It's been a very welcoming change. And I'm not sure if you know this, Mag, but they actually changed the migration rules. So now that you can change servers after 75 days if you're a warrior on a warrior server. So you can jump from warrior to warrior server now after 75 days.
That's yeah, I saw the notes. I think I agree with that. It's a good thing. I mean, migration now, it's common. Before, when it was advertised, or when it were first introduced, people were hesitant, but now, I mean, they understand that, with especially with the Paramount Cup, everyone wants to maybe gather to the strong alliances if they think they have a chance to compete, and we'll see more and more migration now, which is a good thing. Now, less restriction. It's all good for me. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to make a quick talk a little bit about the battlefield adjustment. So they talk about this in the notes. So they put a name for those two battlefield. Now we have the competitive and classic. In competitive, you will have those reverse engineering blueprints, as well as the limitation in terms of stars and base defense, those walls. We're not going to go in details about this topic, as it was we talked already about this subject, but just to let you know that those are the two new battlefields. They will alternate, so you have a chance to participate in either classic or competitive. What they specify is, yeah, the classic mechanic will be adjusted. So if you think that you can modify your units through the roof, this will be limited as well. Now, as for the bingo battle, the alliance quiz, the lucky star, and that special event coming with the legendary showroom, I'm not gonna go into details about that. You guys are used to it, you know what to do. So we're gonna just jump and start about the parts and blueprint optimization. So the notes say, in order to make forging, equipping, and disassembling part easier, we've divided parts into 4 categories per unit type, and each equipable to a different slot. Okay, so if I want to look into my blueprints or forging parts, so this, okay, so they put, this is new, I noticed that. And this is to help you. I'm not too sure what is this for.
That's more so it's the naming the parts. So like you got slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, and then you got slot 4 and 5, which is the maintenance supplies. It's very organized. It's actually better to read through the blueprints themselves than this system,
right.
I find.
Yeah. I noticed that as well. Okay, that's what they're talking about here. Okay, helps you a little bit. Small change.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now you can also now view the attribute of parts and blueprints in the part disassembly. So this, I was dreaming for that a long time ago. I don't know why Lilith took so long to add those So what what they mean is when you disassembly a part, now you see the power of that part. So if you have two parts of the same kind, let's say that toolbox, I have two toolbox. So before you couldn't tell which one you were about to disassemble, the good one or the bad one. Now you know, you see 4.84%, power 975, and now this one 978. So I can disassemble this one. That's the one to disassemble if I want to take one apart. This is brilliant.
Right.
I mean, I was waiting for that. Before that, it was very confusing, and you could maybe do a mistake. Am I forgetting something here, or this is it?
No, that's it. You nailed it right on the head.
Right.
Also, they made it easier to find your blueprints under the blueprint tab.
Sorry.
It's nope.
No.
It's gonna be no. It's under the blueprints right there. You were on it. Yeah, right there.
Right.
As you can see right there, they
Yeah.
organized it.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say they organized it so that way it's easy to tell what kind of unit it goes to, like whether it's fighter or bomber, if it's infantry, medium, heavy, tank hunter. They labeled it very well, and then now if you go to the blueprint itself, it will show you. Now you got this little sub tab here that will show you its maximum power range, which was not there before, I believe.
Where is
And
the sub tab?
It's right there above, like on your right, right underneath the name of the blueprint. You can see it right there. That nice little star right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
wasn't
Okay.
there.
Okay, now I get it. The range, the power range of that blueprint, depending of how lucky you are assembling. Yeah, this was, I mean, for the plane engine, that was very confusing. You had to click and verify that it was a fighter or a bomber engine, as it was the same blueprint. I know that some other parts or blueprints, you could recognize them, but now it's crystal clear. There's no more confusion. So if they say that you're goofy and you assemble the wrong part and you only recover half of the material, then this will eliminate any room for error unless you are a sleepyhead. All right, now let's talk about the other nodes. So attribute, adjustment to modern, and unit and officer training system unlock time. Okay, so they modify the modern unit now, since you only have to wait 75 days instead of either 180 or 300 days. It will come at 75 days and everything will be adjusted accordingly. Migration rule, you talk about that. That's amazing. Before the okay, same thing for the officer unlocking time. So torn contest would be adjusted as soon as you reach level 27. I mean, you will be able to recruiter. Same thing for rising star when you upgrade any air force unit to a level 80. The reward to welcome back.
Yep.
Turn roll. This is what I want to talk about. So sign in today to claim exclusive skins and ton of resources. So what they're trying to do here is, for all the players who quit the game for a certain amount of time, I ask support how many days you had to stop playing to trigger that pack, and I do not have the answer yet. They didn't answer my question, so it's unknown if it's 10, 30 days. I don't know. The thing is, when you play this game and you quit for a certain amount of time, you fall behind really quickly. I mean, a month without playing Warpath is like a year in a regular life. Okay, so now this pack is made for you to get up to speed and claim some more rewards, accelerate your progress with some power boost and whatnot. You have some free skins, a lot of resources, materials, and what else, wrenches, refined components, just to help you out. So this is interesting, as Lilith is trying to make a comeback for those players who quit the game. Okay, so that could be interesting. Do you want to add something?
Well, I actually experimented with this a little bit, and one of the things on that return to road is that what was a little bit disappointing for me. If you look right there on the limited time base skin, is that it's a 7-day bundle of a choice for a skin for you to pick. However, the unit skins are very, very nice. For example, if you go to day 2, you click on that, you're gonna get the Blue Liberty
Oh
howitzer skin,
yes, yes.
and that it does not say it's
So
lock, like
it's
it's
permanent, I guess.
yeah, permanent. And I believe the other one at the 28 day is also a permanent. I can't remember if you could check that
Yeah,
real
well,
quick. Yeah, it's right there on the.
it looks like it's permanent to me. Otherwise, they would
Yeah,
have mentioned it.
so that means you're gonna get the lightning, either one of the lightning, the jungle skin, which is the MBT
Mm-hmm.
of Martyr, Zebra, which is the Martyr Heli, and I think lightning is the
The Katyusha.
Liberty Heli. So it's the Katusha.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Lightning, I'm pretty sure is the rocket truck. Maybe
All right.
I can look into it. No, I cannot right now, not with this account, but that's what I understand. So basically, yeah, they're trying to give you a hand by offering you those goodies. Like I said, I don't think if it's gonna offset your downtime, depending of how many days you were off the game. As you know, you're a week off the game and you can feel that you can already feel falling behind. So this maybe will help you out. And even if, let's say, you don't recover the progress you lost, you can always migrate to a newer server to offset this kind of power disadvantage. That's how I see it.
And that's how I see it too, because this now helps you get to that stage. For example, I have a 60 mil account on S22, and I was thinking about migrating it, but it's only 60 mil, and the units are a mess. It's my mess account. It's where I was learning the game, and I wasn't very active, and it's VIP 12. I have no matching units, so this will actually kind of help offset that. And yeah, it's going to be very beneficial.
So I work in sales, so there's two kind of way. You can either attract more client, attract more, get new business, or keep your current business. Keeping your current business is always easier than acquiring new business. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I don't know if they're losing players or anything, but regardless, this pack could be interesting if you decide to give this game a break, or for, let's say, personal or professional issue, you had to stop the game. Now it will help you get up to speed with that new pack. And I believe that there's also a pack for creating a new role. Not quite sure why. I don't understand the reason for it, because that new role you create will just give you a boost, I guess, a head start. I don't know.
I said it would definitely give you a head start.
Yeah, I think that's the goal of this pack. All right. When you create a new role during this event, okay, you can choose another role on your account with the highest in-game purchase total. Your new role will be able to inherit 50% of the VIP points and gold from that old role's in-game purchase, up to 300,000 VIP points and 300,000 gold. So you create a new role and you switch your stuff from the old account to your new account, you get half of those resources, up to 300,000 points VIP and 300,000 gold. That's what I understand, which is good, because sometimes, like I said, when you create that new role, even with that bonus, you're still very far behind. So by transferring old stuff to your new account, that will help you even more. Okay.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out how to do that, because I went to go do that with my 140 mil account, and I couldn't figure out how to set up the new role and claim the inheritance. So I'm still figuring that out. If you guys do know how to do that, leave a comment in the comment section.
Yep, and we will illustrate it to help you guys. Optimize the order of the officer list and how notification badge are displayed. Make it easier to find officers you currently have deployed and officers with the highest power. I don't understand this one. I try to look for this change. I cannot, maybe because I have all my officer recruited. One thing though that I want to talk about is, it doesn't have anything to do with of this topic, but I think Lilith should streamline this whole thing here. So you want to choose an officer, you want to switch officer, you have to scroll down and look for that officer, and sometimes it's very confusing if they put everything on one page without having to scroll, make the picture smaller, or make a list of those officers, or even better, put preferences on officer. Let's say that for artillery, you choose which officer you want to pick from this artillery. So those officers will be highlighted. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I also believe they need to streamline that. You see how that was that white bar over the
Yeah.
officers? That's actually blocking some officers that you cannot see. There's officers underneath that. And you gotta like fajinkle with it. And I always have struggled with that. So it's very hard to say you're on base getting ready to do a base defense, you need to swap to your defensive setup. You can't really do that
No,
with this as it currently is.
right. That's a problem because I know a lot of you don't have all the officer awaken. Me the first, but some of you may have only one or two officers awaken. And when it's time to switch officer during when you're in the heat of battle, you have like a fraction of a second to switch officer before that unit start engaging. When it starts engaging, it's in action, you cannot do any swap, so you're kind of screwed. So this could definitely be streamlined. That box have no business. They could move that box out of the way, and so we can see all the officers in one page without having to scroll. And mind you, this is on PC where you have more real estate. Imagine on a cell phone, it's quite a nightmare. So definitely this should be planned for the next update. I wish, anyways.
Yeah, it's on my wish list. That's for sure because I play on the cell phone and it is a nightmare.
It is a nightmare. Optimize the reward for the Grand Showdown event. Overall, the interface of the old parts. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the parts mechanic, which is the most important part of this update, I believe.
Yes, it is. It is one of the most important parts right behind reverse engineering.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about the reverse engineering first. So some of you were confused. They thought that you were granted 3 free units, but it's no. No. Nothing is free. So when you go to prototype, so now you have you used to have only this tab, this button. Now you have the reversed assembly. The reverse assembly, everybody is granted 3 reverse engineering coupons or plans, and you will gain more if you play in the competitive battlefield, which is the one that will limit the power. And you will acquire those reverse assembly if you buy the that pack.
The battle pass.
The battle pass.
The battle star.
Yeah.
Not the battle pass. It's the battle stars. I'm sorry.
The battle star. This one right there. So the next conquest, if you play in the competitive one, you will have those reverse engineer plans available to purchase. So what those plans do exactly? Well, let's say that you have, like me, I have a crap load of Martyr's Watch prototype that I don't use. I focus on Vanguard and Liberty, but let's say that I want to assemble a third howitzer. My only choice would be to assemble Martyr's Watch, and this is perfect if I want to assemble that. So I basically go there, choose my howitzer, the star level I want. Since I already have a 7.2 stars, I can create this unit from those prototypes right there. So it says right here, out of 66 prototypes, they will use 36, and it will cost me 1 reverse engineering. So if I press assemble unit, I'm not going to press it right now, but if I do press that, I will receive a brand new 7.2 stars Martyr's Watch howitzer. All right, so this is how it works. You need those prototypes to reverse assembly a unit. Did I forget anything?
Yes, the unit has to be what you have previously owned. It cannot be a unit you have not owned or assembled. So that means if you have not assembled that unit that you want to 7.2, you cannot get that, or 7.1 or 7 stars. You have to have assembled that unit to that star level. And the key thing is that you got 3 permanent reverse engineering blueprints, so you need to use them wisely.
Yep.
Now, if limited stays they get rid of the classic battleground and they don't give the option of limited, that means every time there's a battle stars event, you'll be very worth buying it if you need to assemble a unit, but make sure you have the prototype pieces in order to do that.
Yep.
beforehand.
Yeah, or else it's useless. Like if I want to assemble a infantry, now you see I'm trying to assemble a 7.2. I do not have this. I've never assembled a 7.2 yet, so I cannot reverse engineer the AKM squad. It's not possible. Okay, so this is now. As for the parts mechanic, that big thing that some of you are really happy with, and a few players are complaining that it will forge the gap between the spenders and free to play. I do agree, but guys, if you're struggling with units, I'm in the same boat as well. I mean, I have two fully complete and maxed ground units, one maxed air unit, so I will have to do a sacrifice. Okay, I'm in the same position as you. If I want to max, if let's say, well, we're gonna talk more about the parts thing. So first of all, the modern mechanic system, there's two kind. So if you click on it, you have the offensive system and the defensive system. The new thing is now not only you will need wrenches, but you will need material. What is material? It's right there. So if I go back and click on material, so you know that crap load of material you have that were useless, now they find a use for it, and you will need those material as well as the wrenches to upgrade in the modern mechanic part. So let's get back to the unit. So we're gonna choose my leopard. As you can see in parts, when I click on it, offensive system, I'm 20 out of 120 and 2 out of 120. So let's say I want to upgrade, so I click on this, and then when I don't have enough material, they're gonna suggest that I assemble those silver and bronze material into premium electronic material right there. So upgrade, and it will do it for me. I don't have to do it beforehand. So upgrade. Now I'm out of wrenches, so I didn't upgrade much. I'm only at level 4 in defensive system, so that is maybe some of your complaint that you need a lot of material, a lot of wrenches, and for Air Force it's even worse. You need twice as much of everything. Okay.
Yes.
And if you want to go back to classic mechanics, so this is the classic mechanic one. As you can see, I'm already maxed. I cannot go further, so I have to switch to modern mechanic. You see that max logo here? I have to go there. And if you want to break it down in the stats overview, so you have your firepower, HP, firepower in percentage, and HP in percentage. So the classic mechanic, everything is maxed out, and the modern mechanic part, I'm barely making progress. Okay. You want to add something, Jonathan?
You guys ready? I have done some extensive research and I have done some painful sacrifices. When I say painful sacrifices, I had to sacrifice 3 modern bomber blueprints that were gold plus, all different, that I already had assembled. I was actually saving them in case I had to switch over to a bomber eventually. So my heli, my Liberty heli, I'm proud to say, is sitting at 100 of 100. Now there's some things I have learned about this French system. First off, I gotta give it kudos. It's insanely well polished. If you can go back to that modern wrench system, you see that little plus arrow at the bottom, right next to the upgrade, in yellow square box.
Yeah, this.
Yes, if you click on that, that's actually a speed up system where you can actually speed up. Like you can automatically just quickly run through it, so you don't have to sit there and manually click it. You can already do it if you have the materials.
Right.
That's the first thing. The next thing is if you click out of that, these right here from 20 to 120 actually stack. They actually stack up. So these buffs actually stack up. So if you got to add the 18 to the 20, the 20 to 24, you know, it goes all the way up. And I think it's like a ridiculous amount, because right now I'm at 100, and I believe my 100, and I believe I get a 90% buff from there.
Oh,
and it
90%?
just keeps, it goes.
Yeah, 90%.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
And and once you get past 100, it goes, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's an insane buff.
Past 100. Yeah, 122. Okay, so past 99, it's 122%. Oh, at the final level, 160%.
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah, it is. And luckily someone has already mapped this. They got in touch with General Ghost. It's going to cost 2.4 million wrenches.
Yep.
And that is insane, because me, I'm a free-to-play player. I'm not too worried about the gap. And the reason why I'm not too worried about the gap, it's the building materials. The building materials stop that gap. Yes, you can buy the wrenches, but you can't buy the building material. There's no gift bundle for buying building materials, and unless it's a gold material or a premium universal material, and that costs a lot of money. So I mean, if you're going to do that, you are going to be spending like a pretty hefty amount. And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about the VIP store,
Mm-hmm. Well,
and I'm also talking about under the gift tab.
the material, you mean the rocks? Because you can buy those material right there, and the camping store, VIP as well, and the,
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken, the arena store. If
Yes, I believe you can't buy them.
Go to arena store, you can purchase yeah, parts material right there.
Oh yeah, there is.
But you need a crap load of them, I mean. And you said it well. I mean, if let's say you have 3 fully maxed units like full house, and then you want to modern mechanic 1, you will have to do a sacrifice. There's no way you can modernize all your units. You will have to prioritize one best unit and then trickle them down like you did before the modern units. And now with the modern units, you had to maybe modernize one unit, and now same thing with the wrenches. So the thing is, you will never see the end of this game. It's made to always offer you a goal to reach. Once you reach that goal, you do not want to play the game anymore, and Lilith is well aware of that. So that's why they keep coming with new content, new things to upgrade, so you stay in a race.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yep. So this is
now another thing about that
yep.
modern mechanic system is that it's actually tier locked, meaning star level locked. So 8-star you can only go to 20, 8.1 you can only go to 40, 8, and so on. It just keeps going down the line. So you have to have a 9.2 unit to get to level 120. That's why I'm not at level 120 right now.
Yep. So is that what we see right there? Unlock at level 20? No, it's that. Okay. So yeah. So make sure that you don't have a OP classic or legacy unit. So in order to keep upgrading, you have to upgrade your unit as well.
Yes. It's very, I think it's very, very fair. There's not going to be very many people rushing straight away to 120 unless they were like a whale and they have all their units 9.2, or they've been having an old account like your account's age, Mag, where you can accumulate a large sum of building materials that were not used, and then you can blow through that. But that is the only thing right there. That's the only thing. So it's going to be the old accounts that benefit from this the most, while the newer and mid game accounts will actually be kind of somewhat balanced.
Well, even in my case, even if I still have a lot of material, okay, so 22.2 thousand copper material, I still need the wrenches. It goes together. I cannot push one. Even if I collected a metric ton of those material, I still need the wrenches, and the wrenches are a little bit harder to get. Okay.
That's just all your perspective of it, because if I'm telling you right now, you can actually technically every 2 months get a level 100 ground unit with wrenches, then it's not that bad.
Not that bad.
And that's where I think this is a very positive thing for the free-to-play players.
Yep.
And when I say 2 months, I'm going to tell you how I exploit that. And this is free-to-play, okay? You're in an L4 event. Go to the level 4 store, please.
Level 4 store. The Conquest store?
Conquest store.
Oh, okay.
Scroll all the way down to the bottom. As you can see right there, you got wrenches. You can buy those wrenches right there, and it's all about priority. So say if you scroll up,
I bought everything. Well, almost.
if you already have, say, Witcher Awakened, Winter Huntsman Awakened, you don't have to buy those statues anymore, right. And that's going to free up a lot of time there.
Yep.
So, I mean, right there alone, and then you got the VIP store. You can easily acquire 15,000 wrenches before, and that's before VIP 16. So, and if that's very easy to accumulate these wrenches, as long as you're trying to accumulate them.
Yep, some are easier
Yes.
to get, some are cost a bit more, but regardless, if you every week you do your grinding and you buy everything you can in wrenches, then everything else will be easier, I guess, to upgrade with all those material that are rather easy to get.
Yes, and also the wrenches also show up in the black market. They also show up in the blueprint conversion store and also the
Yes.
arena.
Yep. In the arena, I make sure I buy everything. It's a good store. I sometimes I neglect the black market, and I shouldn't, but there's so much to do that I keep forgetting. So now, well, thanks for your input. I'm gonna buy some. There you go. And now, with everything I bought, can I make progress? So let's find out. Parts. Oh, I see a red. Yeah, the red button was there. So defensive system. Okay, so I got now 40,000 wrenches. So
Yep.
oh, I'm missing materials. So okay.
But here's another pleasant thing too. There may be more levels, right? And you got to level them all up together, but the cost of each level is actually really cheap. Because at level 100 and 100 right now, I'm looking at 8,000 wrenches per level roughly. So it's not that bad overall. It's just also being active during that Raven event where you got to collect the Raven flags and frenzy the bunkers.
This is a true free-to-play event where all you guys that do not want to spend it that game, and that's perfectly fine, you can get a lot of wrenches, right? Those 5, so 8,000, 11,000 right there with the Raven troops.
It's 40,000 wrenches you can get from this one event.
There you go, and some more with all the other goodies, energy and whatnot. So this event, I like it a lot. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can buy, but this event right there, Distract and Destroy, it's truly made for the free-to-play.
Yes, and we need more events like this.
We do.
The next thing is about that one of Distract and Destroy event. They actually give the best, in my opinion, frame in the game. The best looking frame.
The picture frame, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I know it's purely cosmetic, but sometimes you gotta be about it.
Yeah, well, if you don't have a frame yet and it's the first one to claim, you will remember it for a long time. I mean, it's a nice picture frame. As you can see, I have no picture frames. I'm not a fan of this, but I understand why some people like it, and that's perfect like this. I think we talk about everything. Is there anything you want to add, Jonathan?
No, but if you guys did enjoy the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And our link to our community Discord will be down below.
Yeah, I will put the link. I always put the link. And friends, I know that you guys contact me in game. I try to answer everyone, but when you ask a technical question, it's kind of hard to use the in-game chat to answer. If you use Discord, it's easier for me to send picture or explain or even have a voice chat with you guys. That way you save some time, and the answer will be more complete, if I can say. In game chat, sometime I'm playing, I have no time to answer, but on Discord I will find a moment to give you proper answers. So if you want to chat with us, go ahead. The preferred method is definitely the Discord.
Yes.